Hello, people. How are you today? I hope you are well. I am actually uploading a video to my Facebook that says, there we go, it's up. Follow me on Facebook, Nicole Denise. That talks about today being day 30. So, yeah, today is officially day 30 of this 60-day juice detox / cleanse. And it has truly been, I need a good word for this, interesting, I'll say. Yeah. Last night I had a really rather traumatic experience. That's the only word I know how to use for it, because it has truly been eye-opening. But when you sign, first of all, I'll give this disclaimer. When you sign up to do a detox, like, be prepared. I don't know if you ever read the Bible when it says, like, gird your loins. Like, I take that as be prepared. Like, be prepared for any and everything. Like, for me, like I told you in the day one video in the introduction where I said, you know, I had a list of things that I wanted accomplished in my life, and I felt that doing a detox would help me get there. But once you like sign your name on a dotted line, it becomes like a contract, a spiritual contract. So it's really hard to then go back to default settings, because I've tried to several times throughout these first 30 days. I've tried to go to what I know and do what I've always done, and it just has not worked. Like, it's like, okay, you can act like you're gonna fall off, you can act like you're gonna fail, you can act like this is not really what you want, but you made a decision and it's going to happen. And it's almost like a force greater than myself, which I know is God, which is love, that is like, what's the word? That is like, it's like a slingshot catapulted me forward to where I said I wanted to be on that paper. And you guys, it has really truly been a blessing, but sometimes it does feel like a curse, because it's just like, and it's only a curse to that former self that wants to just go back to those default settings and be okay with mediocrity, be okay with failing, be okay with not being successful at anything, you know, or finishing anything or completing anything. Like, it's really, man, it's deep. So before you sign up for a detox, or you decide to do this for however long, gird your loins. Like, be prepared, because any and everything is going to happen. You're going to get hit with all kind of emotions. You're going to dig up stuff that you had buried inside of you for so long, and you're really going to reveal like the true parts of yourself that you may not be ready to see or understand just yet. But when you sign up for it, hey, it is what it is. It's coming at you. But I also trust and believe and know, it's beyond trust or belief, I know that it is true when the scripture tells you that God won't put more on you than you can bear. Because even though I felt at times like I was dying, I was not dying. I was being dramatic, you know, and I'm still here. So it didn't kill me. So yeah, I was just being super melodramatic and letting my emotions basically get the best of me. But you guys, it's real. Like, the ish just got real. Like, for real, for real. It really is deep. It's deep, it's deep, it's deep. So last night, I guess I could share with you guys an example of what I went through. Like last night, I was just, I don't know what spurred on these emotions, but basically I was laying in my bed and I was probably watching vlogs or listening to some music on YouTube, and all of a sudden I felt like I was freaking suffocating. Like I was like I couldn't get air, and then I felt like, it wasn't that I couldn't breathe, but it was just like I don't know, it's like my emotions were suffocating me. I hope I'm explaining this well, because this is how I'm trying to explain a feeling. It felt like my emotions were suffocating me, so I had to get up and I had to do something. So like I just started like decluttering everything in my house. I started like cleaning up. I started like bagging up stuff. Then I said, I'm just going to go take a shower and, try to get my mind right, because, showers help. And it was just really a lot going on. I felt not paranoid, but I felt, what's the word? Uneasy about my situation at that very moment. And I don't know what spurred this or what brought it on, but it was just like, I got to do something. And then all of a sudden, like as I was cleaning up and getting ready to actually get into the shower, I heard it. It was like clear as day. It was like the voice said, "This is what your dad used to go through." And I was just like, whoa. And I knew exactly, like, it's something when truth talks to you. It's something when God talks to you. It's something when the Holy Spirit talks to you. It's something when your intuition talks to you. Whatever you want to call it, talks directly to you. And it can say one sentence and you know what that means. And he said, this is what your dad used to go through. He would check out and I distinctly, as soon as I heard it, I saw him. I saw my dad up at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning when he was in one of his moods, which I talked about in one of my life form videos. So if you want to know more about what I'm talking about, check out the link below so you can see that video. But I saw a vision of him. It's not even a vision. I saw memories of him several times throughout my life where he would just check out and he would be in these zones. And I was just like, oh my God, I saw myself as him. Like I was literally my father. I was literally feeling that suffocation that he felt in his life. I was literally feeling that like uneasiness, uncertainness, uncertainty about what I was supposed to be doing, I don't know, just at that very moment. Like I said, I had to move, I had to do something. And he would be up all times of night, like cleaning up and stuff like that. And I would sometimes come out of my room or wake up, and see, and I would just be like, what is he doing up? Why is he not asleep? But I understand now that it's a turmoil. Like if you don't have peace, it's like you can't sleep. And y'all, after I realized that, and the shock of it and the trauma of it, of me kind of being him, was like, I got in the shower and I had like one of the ugliest cries. I know my face was contorted in all kind of ways, but yeah, it was crazy because very few tears came out, but it was more of like I don't know if you ever heard of something called a soul cry. It was a soul cry. It was very deep. It was very traumatic. Like I don't know any other word to say, but it was very traumatic. And I cried for him. I cried for his uneasiness that he experienced. I cried that he had to still go to work because he had to support people. I cried that he didn't necessarily live out his full potential. Like, my dad had a beautiful voice. Like, I know he could have very well been up there with the, what's the guy's name that passed away? Gerald Leverts and Luther Vandross. And he just really, he didn't reach that because he had so much, not turmoil. And I know he trusted God, but I don't think he had the peace always because, oh gosh. But it was like, I just saw myself going down that same path, and I was just like, God, no, like, just no, like, no. And then in between that, that ugly cry in the shower. I felt peace about it, because it was like, now that you see, you know, that you don't want to squander your potential and you don't want to go back to these settings of just default, let's do it. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's do what you set out to do. Like, come on. Like, it's a cooperative job, so to speak. It's a cooperative thing. Like, I need you just as much as you need me. Like, you need to go ahead and set out and do what you said you were going to do. You know, you have all the potential in the world, but potential can die with you, as you can see. So today, that really gave me the jump start and motivation that I needed. I had literally been in my house for probably about 4 days, and I blamed it on, you know, working and doing all this. And true enough, I was working, but I always can make time to get out of my house. I was letting the process of detoxing and letting the process of my emotions being filtered out and cleared up, I was letting it get to me. Like, real talk, I was letting it like all get to me. Which is why it was so seemingly easier for me to go back to like bad food choices and stuff like that. Like, it was just real eye-opening. And like, this morning, how I know that my perception has shifted is because this morning I woke up and I had 3 stories. Like, I'm busily writing in my phone when I wake up, and that's like how it always is. Like, I'm always waking up to hearing something, you know, whether it be for a project that I'm working on, or whether it be an answer to a prayer that I asked for. Like, I'm always writing, and for a couple of days I didn't have that because I was so clogged up and congested with all the emotions that I was allowing to like run rampant. So you guys, detoxing is real. So that's what I want to say. It's beyond food choices. It's beyond drinking water. It's beyond all of that. Because like I told you, the food and the body and the physical stuff was really the last thing on my list. Like, I needed a spiritual shift. I needed a soul shift. Like, I needed real change. I needed my understanding to be opened up in a lot of areas. Like, I needed my reality, like my physical reality, to match what I saw inside and what I heard and what I saw, you know, what I perceived. Like, I needed that to be really my physical life. And I see the dots connected now. I see why I have to stay on the journey. I see why 60 days was necessary, because these first 30 days, you talking about roller coaster. It's been a roller coaster for real, for real. I think after I finish these 60 days, I'm actually going to go to Six Flags and get on a roller coaster, because that's been actually one of my big fears to get on since I was traumatized on Space Mountain in Disney World when I was like, probably like 8 or something like that. But yeah. It's real, y'all. That's all I have to tell you. So be certain that you really want to know yourself. Be certain that you are ready for it, because it's going to come at you. And it's not like some spiritual attack by the devil. No, it's going to be an unlayering and uncovering of all that stuff that you have buried. You know, you can't put this on nobody. You can't put this on no devil. You can't put this on your life. You can't put this on no circumstances. You can't even put this on God. This is stuff that you've created and you've buried. But God is so graceful and merciful that He is going to help you get through these layers of toxins that you have allowed into your body, into your mind, into your space, into your spirit, into your soul. He's that merciful that He's willing to help you, and He's willing to guide you through it all. So, you guys, it's real. As you can see, still in this jug life. I actually walked to Publix this morning. Bought 2 gallons of water, and then I bought 2 juices. I'll show them to you. Hold on. Let me get them. Can't mess up my makeshift tripod. Alright, so this one you've seen before in a previous video. It is a Noble Royal Mandarin Green Juice, and it has like tangerine juice, spinach puree, kale puree, and spirulina, and these are not from concentrate. These are all natural, no sugar added. And then this one I decided to try because it sounded interesting. It is called, it's also by Noble, and it's called the Organic Mint Lemonade. This one has lemon juice, organic cane sugar, organic aloe vera, and peppermint oil. And all the juice is not from concentrate, it says. So we'll see. I ain't never drank no aloe, so I don't know what that's about, but we'll try it. I try anything once. I'm that person. So yeah, you guys. So the moral of the story is so the moral of today's story is to gird your loins, take it seriously, and take your life seriously when you decide to make these big steps towards any and everything. So I'll holler at you later. I'm gonna take in some of the sights and scenes of where I am before I make this trek back to my house. So peace. Literally, peace be unto you. Bye. What's up, people? I'm out here on this beautiful Friday morning walking. Wasn't planning on walking, but I'm out here walking.